Now, we're gonna find the power series of cosine x. So, first, our equation is the function of x is equals to function of a plus function of a prime over 1 factorial times x minus a raised to 1 plus function of a double prime over 2 factorial times x minus a raised to 2 plus and so on. So here we're gonna let that f of x is equals to f of a. So therefore f of a is equals to cosine x, in which in the Maclaurin's theorem c or a is equals to 0. So the function of a is equals to cosine. If the first derivative is negative sine, the second derivative is negative cosine, the third derivative is sine, and the fourth derivative is cosine. Now the next move is we're gonna substitute the value of a to 0. So we're gonna substitute this x into 0. So cosine 0 is equals to 1. Negative sine x, negative sine 0 is 0. Negative cosine 0 is negative 1. Sine x or sine 0 is 0. And cosine 0 is 1. So if you substitute these values, so here the f of a is 1. Then the first derivative of cosine negative sine x is 0, so 0, so it's not included in there, so I did it right. The next is the double prime is equals to negative 1, so negative 1 over 2 factorial times x minus a, which is 0 raised to 2, so raised to 2 plus 0 again, the third derivative is 0 is equals to 0, so I didn't write it again, so we were not including that. And next is the fourth derivative, which is cosine x is equals to 1. 1 over 4 factorial times x to the fourth power, and then if you can see there's a pattern, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So if you assume that the next function is negative 1 over 6 factorial times x raised to 6 plus so on. If you notice that the exponents are even numbers, even the factorials are even numbers. So therefore we can conclude that, or we can assume that cosine x is equals to the summation, which is n is equals to 0 to infinity negative 1 times n, so that we can satisfy the sign in here. So if, for example, if you start with 0 raised negative 1 raised to 0, it will always be 1. So 0 times 0 to x raised to 2n, 0, 0, 0, 0, so the value is 1. So 1 here. So next is times x raised to 2n. So as you can see, we have exponents of even numbers. So if you if you put the value of 1, it will be 2. 0, 0, 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 3 times 2, 6. Then the next is over in the factorial will be 2n factorial. So like I said, like in the exponent, 2n, 2 times 0, 0, 2 times 1, 1, 2 times 1, 2, 2 factorial, 2 times 2, 4 factorial, 2 times 3, 6, 6 factorial. And there you have it. The power series of cosine x is the summation of, with n is equals to 0 in infinity, negative 1 raised to n times x raised to 2n over 2n factorial.